What is a laptop battery cycle and how does it work? You buy a laptop, it works well for a few months, but over time the battery lasts less and less, even if you don't increase your usage. Then someone says it's the battery cycle. But what does that actually mean? Let's understand this in a simple way and with what's worth knowing now. What a battery cycle is. When we talk about a battery cycle, we're talking about one full charge and its full discharge, meaning using all the battery's capacity from 100% to 0%, then charging back to 100%. But note, you don't have to do this all at once. If one day you use 50% of the charge and recharge, and the next day use the other 50%, that adds up to one full cycle. Why cycles matter? Battery lifespan. A laptop battery, usually lithium-ion, has a healthy cycle limit. After that limit, its ability to store energy starts dropping. For most laptops, that limit is usually around 300 to 500 cycles. Using the battery heavily, charging and discharging all the time, or keeping it off the outlet unnecessarily will increase cycles quickly and with that accelerate wear. After many cycles, the laptop may lose autonomy and need to stay plugged in more often. What changes over time? How the battery degrades. With use in charge/discharge cycles, the battery loses its ability to hold a charge. Meaning, when new it could last many hours, but after time it will last less and less. This happens because the internal cells undergo natural chemical wear. Even if you don't use the laptop constantly, age and usage conditions, temperature, always charging to 100%, letting it discharge too much, contribute to this wear. How to know how many cycles have been used? In Windows, you can generate a report showing how many cycles your battery has gone through. This helps you know if it's nearing the end of its normal lifespan. The report also shows data like original capacity and current capacity. If the difference is large, it's a sign of wear. If the cycle count is high and the capacity is already much reduced, it may be time to consider a new battery or use the laptop more consciously, plugged in when possible. How to use the battery smartly to slow wear. A few simple habits help extend battery life. Avoid letting it fully discharge all the time. No need to wait for 0%. If possible, keep charge between about 20% and 80%, this reduces wear. Avoid excessive heat or extreme temperatures, heat speeds battery aging. When using the laptop plugged in constantly, avoid repeated discharge/charge cycles. If you want use it away from the outlet, you can leave it plugged in. When to consider replacing the battery. If the battery already has many cycles, close to 300 to 500, and you notice autonomy has dropped significantly, lasting little away from the outlet, that's a sign it's worn. Replacing it can restore autonomy and avoid unexpected shutdowns. It's also worth considering replacement if the battery overheats, swells, or loses charge very quickly. These may indicate that something beyond normal wear is happening. Final summary. A battery cycle is just a way to measure how much a battery has been used. Each 100% of consumed capacity counts as one cycle, even if it takes days and several partial charges. Laptop batteries have a cycle limit before losing performance, usually 300 to 500. Using them well, not letting them reach 0%, avoiding heat, not overcharging, helps prolong their life. Understanding this helps you take better care of your laptop, avoid surprises, and decide when it's time to replace the battery if needed.